Hey everyone, Savannah here. I am in pajamas because that seems to be the only way I know how to film these videos. I never, what's the word? I never get myself ready for these. Like I get the idea, okay, gotta do a video. So I grab my supplies and then I do the video. It's like, what about fixing my hair? Maybe putting a little bit of makeup on, getting dressed maybe? It never happens, I swear. If a video is taken, or if I make a video, I should say, and it is, I'm dressed and I look nice, it's usually later in the day and I didn't plan to make a video. Yeah. Anyways, hi, welcome to this video. This video is actually going to be a year in review of everything that I made this year, knit or crochet wise. I couldn't find the crochet thing, so it's just gonna be knit. Let's see. Also, I'm not sure how this video looks. I'm gonna probably do the whole thing and then figure it out. My gift for Christmas was a new GoPro. My husband thought that it would help greatly with making these videos, so here we are. We're gonna try it out. I don't know very much about this. There are so many settings to this thing that it's crazy. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So let's dive in. These, I'd love to put these in order, but that's on my computer and I don't want to sit at my computer and film this video. I want to sit here. That just blacked out. Okay, all I have to do is touch it. The viewfinder blacks out after a certain time, and so I need to see what I'm doing, right? Anyways, what I was saying is the list of these things in order, unless I can pull it up on Ravelry on my phone. Normally I wouldn't be able to because this is what I used to film on. But projects. Can I go to challenge? Yay. Okay, so there we go. My challenge on Ravelry is so funny. At the beginning of this year, I guess, I had just picked 7 projects to finish 7 projects in 2020. Little did I know that I would finish 24. And it says, that's 343%. Congrats, you did it. Anyways, so let's go ahead. And so the first thing that I finished this year was Aurora. Knitwear is not for you. It's a little baby Yoda amigurumi. Stop. And I actually made 2 of them. One for each of my children, but I couldn't find one. Like, they have them hidden somewhere. So yeah, that was the first one. The next one was the Winter Woods Raglan. Let's see. And I just wore it the other day, so it is inside out and worn in. Needs a washing. So this is the Winter Woods Raglan. I don't know how well you can see. My little screen is so tiny. I know it is wider than what I can see. So this yarn is this pattern, Winter Woods Raglan, is by Carpe Lana. And the yarn is by Monsoon Calamity. It is actually a cotton, and it's 4-stranded, so the stripes are automatic. I wish I could, it's 4 strands of like thread, weaving thread or whatever that she put together, and then every so often she changes one thread to be, so it shifts to the next color, which is pretty awesome. I do have another cake of hers, and it's kind of like in purples and blues and blacks. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but I do love this sweater. There is no short row shaping, so the neckline does sit kind of high in this pattern, but it's just a typical raglan, so it's really nice. So yeah, that was the first sweater this year. I started it last year and then got it finished earlier this year. Next. The world's simplest mittens that I modified. I saw another YouTuber knitting podcast, Meanwhile in the Castle, I believe it was called. She took these mittens and modified them to be fingerless mitts. And so I love that idea. And I did that as well. So I can fold this down and whatnot. So this yarn is by Sweet Tea Yarns. And it was called the Buffalo Check. So that is that. I'm going to tap this just to, maybe that'll help. I don't know. It's very unsensitive to touch. What is next? Sorry guys. My favorite weekend hat. That is this guy right here. Be quite a bit of editing to this video. More than I had already originally planned. This is my favorite weekend hat. I hope you can see it because it's hard to see in the viewfinder. This is all done in Malabrigo Rios, which is the worsted weight base, I guess. I'm trying to think. And it is brioche. It was my first time trying brioche, a 2-color brioche. Anyways, well, any brioche. It was a little bit of a struggle at first, but I do love it. The band is, you don't use a different needle for the band, so it is a little loose on my head. I feel like when it gets really windy here in Colorado, it could fly off, but it's nice and squishy. I haven't worn that in a while. My daughter wears that one more than I do. Okay, Sunday sweater was next. I started this one last year as well, and I got it finished earlier this year. This one, oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm putting everything down at the bottom. This one is the Sunday sweater by Petite Knits. I'm only telling you the ones I truly remember. The yarn is Wonderfluff by Knit Picks. I forget the color. And yeah, the sleeves are the sleeves ended up being way too long because this Wonderfluff, I believe, is a alpaca. And I didn't realize that alpaca grows tremendously when washed and blocked. So the sleeves are super, super long. And then my bind off for the hem does not stretch very well, unfortunately. It didn't block, so it's kind of tight. It doesn't stretch right here at all, unfortunately. So it's a little tight around my hips. But there's that one. After that was my So Faded sweater. So this one was this one's by Andrea Mowry. She was doing a knit along. And I finished this one relatively quickly. I don't wear this one very often though because I messed up on the sleeves. They were too tight the first time I undid them, and then now they're really loose. So I'm not too thrilled with those. But this is the So Faded sweater. I want to say it took me 2 weeks to do this one. And the yarn is all yarn from Hobby Lobby. Everything, I'm going to link all my project pages below so that if you want more detail, you can go ahead and check that out. The Ravelry project pages. Feels kind of icky. And I'm only saying that because I sprayed it with Febreze, and then the Febreze leaves a really nasty texture. Next was my Heartwarmer Cowl. This is by Justina Lakowska. And it's just a variety of different patterns. Yeah, because the first one's lace and cable. Then you got this interrupted rib, and then bobbles, broken rib, I think, unless I'm saying it wrong. There's a basket weave, and then some eyelets. This yarn, anyways, this yarn is from Spectacular Yarns. I bought this the day she opened her shop. Yep, I like this one. This one was actually upstairs because I had worn it the other day. Leftover City Cowl. That is next. Where are you? There you are. This fancy thing. I got the Swapless Swap. It was from the Crazy Sock Lady, but all the yarns were from Spectacular Yarns. They're all 10 gram minis, and they worked perfectly for this pattern. And it was a nice introduction to color work. So yeah, it's pretty wild. I forget who designed that pattern. Sorry. Next is What the Fade. This beautiful big shawl. It's huge. So this one's by Andrea Mowry. It's called What the Fade, and the top portion is all brioche, and then the rest of it is garter stitch, forever and ever and ever. I love it though. All the yarn is by Spectacular Yarns again. She's my good friend, so I love her yarn a lot. Yeah, what else can I say about it? I love this thing. I accidentally snagged it the other day, so I'm pretty upset about that. Where's that snag? It was a big one too, so oh, there it is. See, I snagged it. I need to repair that. But I love this thing. This thing is amazing and big and chunky and just my favorite shawl. And I don't wear shawls very often. What did I make after that? Oh, I finished this one. Okay, so this one is called the Cardinia Wrap, and it's by Amba O'Brien. This thing is super long. It's taller than I am. I don't love it because it is just a wrap shawl type thing, and it's not my style. I don't wear things like this. I thought the pattern looked beautiful, and that's why I did it. But I had gotten over halfway, and I was like, I didn't love it, but I was like, I'm not gonna just rip it out. The yarns are by Spectacular Yarns again. And yeah, I don't wear this. I would sell it, but there are mistakes, especially in this area. There are mistakes, and I don't think anybody would appreciate paying for something with mistakes in it. But I won't wear this, unfortunately. So maybe one day I'll rip the yarn out and use it for something else. It's just not my style of wrap. Next, Secret Forest, and I knew I was going to forget this. All right, let's turn this off. Okay, I'm back. Where did I put my phone? In my pocket. And hopefully I fixed the timing out of the screen on this thing, which I had been editing out. Anyways, the next project, I can't find it, so I will just insert a picture. It is the Secret Forest cardigan. I forget by whom, and you can make it all from, I think, baby all the way up to adult. And I had planned to make myself one, but I just never got around to it, so I made it for my daughter instead. It's actually supposed to have a color work like triangle pattern at the bottom, but we changed it to just rainbow stripes for her. Alright, after that was my All Together sweater by this one's by Joji Locatelli. And it's a big color work piece. It says All Together on the front and the back with flowers bordering the top and the bottom. So this is all done in Knit Picks Hawthorne, and I think the blue is a Knit Picks Stroll. So there's all that. It's too short. Like, it's very cropped and looks a little funny on me unless I wear it over a dress, which is very rarely. I do like dresses, but I prefer them in the summertime. So this poor guy does not get worn. I do love the sleeves though. The sleeves turned out like fantastic. But it's a little short for me in the waist. What's next? Flying Solo. This is a free cowl pattern by Espastrico. And you hold your yarn double so that you can marl it in between each section. It is worked from the bottom up, so you can have these open side flaps. And all this yarn is by Spectacular Yarn. This was actually leftovers from the So Faded, not So Faded, oh my goodness, the What the Fade shawl. So these were some leftover yarns, and I still have even more leftover, which is quite nice. It's all just ribbed, so it's, and it, like I said, it's held double, so it's bulky and stretchy and just squishy. Squishy, squishy. Next is my Zoetic sweater. I started this one for my birthday and finished it a week later because it was that fantastic. This is the Zoetic by Tiffany Lynn. It has a herringbone cuff and collar. This is, all the yarn is by Emma's Yarn. I bought all of it from my local yarn store. So you hold 2 fingering plus mohair together for the body, and then down the sleeves to about the elbow, and then you just switch to holding your main color yarn double to do that second half. It is so warm and squishy, and like I said, it took me 1 week to knit this. I absolutely love this sweater. It is my most expensive sweater because of what I purchased for it. I do want to make another one, but with more affordable yarn. And I think I wouldn't do it with just fingering. I think the yarn I picked is more of a worsted weight. So, like, I already have the yarn for it. I purchased it on sale from Joann's. So, whenever I get around to it. Next, the Sharon Show Make-Along. This thing. I joined this make-along. I dyed my own yarn for it. This is the first yarn I ever dyed with acid dyes. And I got almost to the end of it and decided I hated knitting on this. Again, it was supposed to be one of these rectangle wraps that I know I don't wear. And I just wasn't feeling it, so a friend suggested I turn it into an infinity cowl. So I just stopped where I was, joined it to the beginning, and now it's one of these, which I could wear. I haven't yet. I just haven't gotten around to it because when I finished it, it was still warm outside. Did I say this by it was designed by Casapinka? Yeah, it's a Casapinka make-along that is long over. So I believe you can just get the whole pattern if you want. Yeah, I think I got to this section, this wavy section, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And so, yep. What next? Texture tied. This sweater. This is texture tied by Judith Bryan. The texture is all on this one side. It's easiest to see here. It is like a mock cable, and it is a 4-round repeat. I did struggle in the beginning, right where the raglan increases were, just because the pattern does not tell you exactly line by line what to do there. But once I got past the splitting of the sleeves, I kind of figured it out and was able to keep everything kind of uniform. The yarn for this is all Knit Picks palette yarn, And it's actually really nice to wear. I like it. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool, I believe. And I enjoy it. This is, everything is a rolled cuff, which is really nice. I do like this sweater a lot. Yeah. What else can I say about it? I struggled hard, but I persevered, and now I enjoy wearing it. It actually needs to be washed. So I wore that a while ago. Mittens. Okay, I made some more simple World Simplest mittens. Those are by Tin Can Knits. I made some more of those using some extra Wonder Fluff I had from the Sunday sweater, and I gifted those to my neighbor, so I don't have those. Next was my slipped rib hat. This is by Judy Brown from Mrs. Brown's Bags. And the kit for this was from Abe's Fiber Works. So it is a, oh my gosh, it's either a DK, I think it's a DK weight, and then a finger, not a fingering, mohair. So here's the mohair. And it's just slipped rib all the way to make it almost look like a, it's hard to show on the camera. Almost looks like a brioche. Yeah, it is little. I made the medium size, and it's a little loose, but that's okay. So I wear this one more, and like I said, my daughter wears the other one. Next is Magical Thinking by Casapinka. It is a poncho typed shawl, and I made this one for my daughter. So it starts out with a cowl, neck, and then it goes down in the front. I did shorten it so that it wouldn't be too long on her, and I made the small size, and the small size, I think it's supposed to be a small medium, and it's way too small for me, like over my shoulders. I can only wear it like a shawl. But yeah, so this yarn is the blue is a hand dyed by me, but it was only for this project, so it's, you know, I haven't recreated it or named it or anything like that. Apologies. The pink is the Olivia, which is my signature colorway in my shop. And then this tealy, I guess minty green, that is a Knit Picks Hawthorne in Nymph. I do have a similar one in my shop that we call Polar Bear Teal. Olivia named it, so, and it goes really well with the pink. So that is that one. And next is Troy's Mittens. These are again the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knit. They're so easy. These are a little too small for him though, unfortunately. And I threw in the pink stripe and the little bit of pink colorway. Oops. For him, because he likes pink and green together, so I just threw in a little bit. He calls them his cactus mittens. Vanilla socks. My first pair of socks. These guys. These are vanilla socks by, I forget. And the yarn is Patton's sock or Croy sock or something like that. Purchased at Michael's a while back because I knew I wanted to try socks at some point in my life, and I finally did, and these are nice. They're a little too big though. I made them just a hair too long in the foot, but they're still very comfortable and warm. I like them. And next, Pat Mittens, the packed mitts. I made these for a friend, so I'll insert the little video here. Just wanted to make this clip real quick to show off these fingerless mitts that I made. These were my secret knit during Vlogmas. These are called the Packed, and they're by Jack of Lattes and Llamas on Ravelry. These are fantastic
almost full color work, I mean minus the ribbing, full color work fingerless mitts. The yarn is, so this dark burgundy and the yellow, those are mine. They don't have any names. And then the background color, that is a Spectacular Yarns, and I believe Murky Plum. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, look at those. I knit these during Vlogmas. They were my secret knit. They're super, super nice. Super nice. Nice long cuffs. They're so comfortable. I like wearing them. So I'm going to send these off. They will be a Christmas gift for a dear friend, and I really hope that she loves them. Honestly, you know what? I would have never seen these if it wasn't for her. She's the one who posted them on her Instagram stories a little while ago, and I was like, oh, yes, I need to make those for her for Christmas because she spoils me, so I need to spoil her.
Okay, next, this one's inside out because I just wore this one on Christmas Eve. This is my Turtle Dove by Espostrico. It is a free pattern, and it's a wonderful sweater. It's covered in cat hair, so apologies. Let's see if I can get most of it off. It's covered in cat hair. This, it is very dark because it's navy blue. I used Lion Brand's Chainette to knit this one up, which is an alpaca blend yarn. So I knew to be more careful with, I didn't really block it. I just washed it and then I laid it out. When I washed this, the bucket of water was blue. Like this bled. It's Lion Brand. Why would it bleed? But it did. It doesn't look like any color left the yarn. It's still the same color it was before, but it definitely bled, so I'm wondering if it's going to do it again. But yeah, it's a split. I did the split hem. It's like 3/4 length sleeve, which I love. The neckband is actually supposed to be connected right here. I did split it, but I don't prefer wearing it up on my neck. It just feels really funny, so I will be sewing the collar down. That's usually how I wear it. I just tuck it in, but I need to just sew it down so it stays. And I like this a lot. It's super soft and warm. It's one of my favorites. Lastly are my Skypey Stripe socks. These have been worn, so they need to be washed. These are, I can't remember if this pattern is free. It's by the Knit Nerd or Nerd Knit. I can't remember. Again, everything is linked below. And this yarn is by myself. I tried making self-striping yarn, and it did not turn out. I got pooling instead. But it's still pretty cool. So this has a slipped stitch pattern along the side of the foot. So this one is the left foot, and then the right foot is opposite. But I really like that pattern. This is also on a sparkle base. I wanted to see what that would look like. Wanted to play around with dyeing it and knitting with it. I did a afterthought heel on this. The other sock, this one is a Fish Lips Kiss heel. Because I had a contrasting color to use. This one I didn't have a contrasting color, so I did an afterthought heel so that I wouldn't mess up whatever was going on here. So yeah, those are all my projects for 2020. I don't think anything else is going to get finished this year, so and that's fine. For my Ravelry challenge, it hasn't popped up for putting in, you know, what you want for next year, but I'm debating on putting like 10. I think 10. I mean, I'll probably do more, but who knows? And that's fine. But that's it from me, guys. I hope this video turned out well, considering all of the mishaps in the beginning. We'll see. Right, Aurora? I'll see you guys again in 2021. Bye.